Rabbit and Gina podcast.
I have a business idea I'd like to float by both of you. Loz, I need your input here as well.
Excellent.
Because you can be quite the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Totally.
Yes.
And then other times
No,
not.
totally off the rails.
I'm not talking the beery at 3 a.m. But
It closes at 2.
We don't even know.
I know because I've been shown the door. Yeah, we don't even know. We're like, what stuff's open past 9?
I've been in bed for hours.
For hours. Okay, so my business idea, and it's one of those ones I don't know if it's ridiculous. I think it's brilliant, but it's a bit morbid, okay?
Oh.
So, guys, we're going to talk funerals for a moment.
Oh.
There's money to be made around
Oh,
funerals.
that's-
Oh,
terrible.
business is not dying. Like, it's never going out of fashion.
Well,
that
funnily enough, it
business.
is. It's dropping off.
Oh, God.
But it's
You can't go wrong.
yeah. Look, if anyone, I will just say now, I'll obviously be joking around about this a little bit. If this is triggering at all for you, if you've lost a loved one recently or something, then maybe just bow out of this for a second. But I legit think, I just wonder whether this is an idea. It probably already exists. You know when and I think this might have happened in the Ricky Gervais TV show. No. You know when...
I love Ricky Gervais. And that, what's it called?
Afterlife, is it?
One of my favourite
I'll never watch
shows
that.
of all time.
Apparently it's funny, but
It's
sad.
incredibly sad, but you end up
So good.
still funny. And
It's very good.
So good.
mix of emotion.
You know how funerals generally come at the end of a person's life?
Yes.
My question is, do they have to?
Oh, celebrate you while you're still alive.
So you know how some people, when they have now you went to, is it Prousty?
Prousty
You
was
said Prousty's funeral was a celebration of his life.
and they videoed him, and it was the most
So all that kind of
amazing
stuff.
funeral.
And songs get played and everyone,
Yes.
and you celebrate the person's life.
Yeah.
But the person doesn't get to know. Now, people will get up. Now, who was it? There was someone who was going to be doing a eulogy, right? And they were nervous as about it, and it's really hard for them to write it. I was hearing all this, and I thought, the person that you're writing, and no doubt you're going to say, they were like a big brother to me. They did this, and let me tell you this funny story of them when they did this and all that.
Yeah.
Like, they don't get to hear that stuff.
Exactly.
And wouldn't it be nice
Yeah.
to hear that stuff? So whether it needs to be, it's not necessarily an early funeral.
No.
Like, I wouldn't call it that. I guess you kind of do it at people's 40th and 50th and stuff.
Yeah.
But even then,
Maybe
I don't know.
80th.
Maybe 80th.
I was going to say, what age?
Yeah,
Do you
I think
No,
the other end.
decide?
I think it's got to be earlier. I think we're
Earlier?
talking around 40. I think we're
like
talking
it.
around 40. You've got to have a celebration of some, and it needs to be a thing. So you celebrate anniversaries, you celebrate
Yeah.
birthdays, and then you, celebrate someone's life and
I like
mourn them
it.
at a funeral.
Yeah.
What about an extra one gets thrown in? A big moment that happens in people's lives.
Yeah.
You come up to. Right, so I've got a big birthday coming up, and my wife was asking me, what do you want to do? And I said, absolutely nothing. I don't want a party. I don't want anything. And that's right, because I'd asked her, and she went, well, it's like a year and a half away. It's not that you don't have to plan. I went, well, just in case I do. And she goes, well, I don't want anything either. I don't want anything. We'll do something as a family.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And I went, okay, good. Well, I need to know this in advance. She's like, I literally just told you I don't want anything, so you don't need to know that far in advance.
Yes, so true.
Yeah.
But I did think it's that thing at the end of someone's life where you tell all the amazing stories about them. and
I like this
a
idea.
celebration
and
of
they
someone's
get to
life.
hear it.
And they get to sit there.
Yes.
It's almost like a roast. They did it, but the roasts are mean.
Yes.
I've got
and
it.
do those
A
kind
kind
I think I've
roast.
got it.
Here we go.
So, usually it's like, midlife crisis? What about instead it's a midlife celebration?
Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happens. I mean, I guess you could just technically do it as your 40th or something. At the
40th
40th,
or 50th.
everyone gets up, you tell stories and stuff, and you.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just a celebration of a human
Yeah, I
when they're
like it.
when they're there to go, because I tell you, you don't know. You just don't know how much you potentially mean to other people. And when you hear
Yes.
that, you want to do more of it and stuff.
Yes.
If I got up at your early funeral, let's not call it that, but for now it doesn't
Celebration
have a name.
of
The
my
celebration of Gina. I would write a speech. The things I would get up and say
and I
about
won't
you.
even know.
You wouldn't even know.
Tell me now,
that
what
I-
would you say?
I can't think of anything. But if I had time, and I had to because this event was coming up
Yeah.
that Gina had planned for the 4th time this year.
Yeah.
Could you
Guys, It's time for the celebration of me this weekend. Gina, we did one last weekend. Yeah, but I don't think you all said everything you needed to say.
No, there's more.
There's more.
Like, for instance, you didn't say, man, could she play the mouth organ? I mean...
Well, I didn't know that until earlier this morning.
That's right. So if you could add that.
Is it a...
I like it a lot.
I like it. I love it.
Okay, so what I did wrong at the start, I'm getting it now, is that we're, just take all funeral aspect out of it.
Yeah.
It's about a celebration of someone's life, but it becomes a thing that everyone does in their life.
Yes.
At one point, you have your celebration night.
Yes.
And
yes.
What's the opposite of a roast?
It's called a honey roast.
Shut up. This
there you go.
exists.
Yeah.
Nah,
it was on an
that's the
episode of
worst.
New Girl. But,
Okay.
I don't think we...
Every idea I come up with has been done
I don't
forever.
think you package it as a honey roast. I think we make it... It's a thing.
It's a celebration.
It's
Yes.
a celebration, but it's
Yeah.
like a thing. Like, you have your 21st and you have your 40th and you have your...
Yeah.
whatever we come up with.
I like it.
FUN-erals.
The people get to know.
FUN-eral. The
FUN-eral.
FUN-eral.
That's it.
Yeah. That
Two
would have been
ends.
nice. I picture, like in Gina's one, she's sitting there up on a throne
Yep.
of
for sure.
some sort,
There's a throne.
which is also a bidet. Like, you know what Gina's bladder's like.
Yes.
So the throne
True.
is literally a throne. It's a
Multi-purpose.
porcelain throne, so she doesn't have to get up and go anywhere.
I can just keep listening to all the
keep
stuff.
listening, but you just see her eyes she's just one eye's half closed, and you're like, oh God, we know what's happening. No one look at her right now.
And then all of a sudden I look really relieved.
Say what you were saying again. I couldn't concentrate. Well, do that bit again. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun, eh?
I
A FUN-erals.
like it.
I love it.
A FUN-eral.
All
I
right.
love that.
Well, that's it. You're not going to take it any further. Obviously, I won't go to any.
You've planted the seed.
Planted the seed, and I hope someone takes it and waters it, and it grows.
The Rabbit and Gina podcast.
We went Tempin bowling yesterday as a family. Well, I walked into the house.
you?
Yeah, I was on the tools, and I had all my stuff out, and I was busy in my other job. And I walked into the house, and my wife goes, "Oh, just so you know, we're going to go bowling shortly." And I went, "Oh, like sad face." Like, that
We're
means
not
her
invited.
and the 18-year-old son and the 13-year-old daughter, we're going bowling.
Oh.
I mean, it's to get the kids out of the house.
Yeah,
well,
off
one's
the-
on school holidays.
yeah.
She's been sick and hasn't left her
Yeah,
bedroom for
poor
a week and a
little
half.
thing.
Jay's working. He had a day off, and she's like, let's get out of the house, go and do that. And she goes, oh, you're more than welcome to come with us. And then I was like, well, I can't say no to that.
No.
So I went and packed everything up and got ready to go. We went down, we went bowling. We did 2 games, did the 2-game family special.
Yeah.
And got the shoes, nailed the shoe size in one, which that's brilliant. And then we got into the game, and here we go. I've just discovered another thing I've got to stop doing with the kids.
Are they
So-
really good at it?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
your kids.
Brats.
Do you
So-
have the bumpers up the side?
How dare you? Now listen, I'm good.
I like the bumpers.
I'm good at bowling.
Yeah.
But it's like the time when I raced my son, Jordan, when he was like 14,
Yeah.
maybe 14 or 15. And he said he reckoned he could take me in a race. I said it would break my heart one day if he ever beat me in a running race. And he goes,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be now? And I went, oh, how dare you. All right, let's go. So went and got all our running gear on and went down to the park. And I thought, I will wipe the floor with this kid. Now, I didn't get a good start.
this is
And I
the
wasn't giving it
excuse.
100%. But he blitzed me, and I went, right, we're going again. And I thought, that's it. I was being like,
Nice.
oh, yeah, I'm not going to crush him.
You don't want to.
Second time, no, I'm prepared now to crush him. It's important they know their place. And so I was prepared to crush him. I got a good start. I gave it 110%. I could not have given it more. And he beat me by about 10 metres. And it crushed my soul.
And were you for ages going, hang on, I'll talk to you about that in a minute.
You want to go 3 for 3? I couldn't possibly
No.
run another 50 metres.
Lying on the grass.
So that was the end of that, and that sort of, chipped away at a bit of my soul. But at least when we'd go Tempin bowling, my daughter was, now I don't want to use the word horrible, but
Wasn't her strongest talent.
that's what I
of
mean
all the
to
talents
say.
that she has.
Yeah, and I can only say, listen, anyone
It's
who's
a
going,
heavy bowl.
hey, that's not
Ball.
nice to say about your daughter, well, stand by. It's okay. I can say this stuff now because she's thrown down the gauntlet. So, she used to walk up and, well, for starters, the bumpers would be up.
Yes.
And she would throw the ball pretty much from hip height.
Yeah.
There's no crouching down and sliding it. It lands about 2 metres down the thing.
Oh,
and I
does
swear
it help if you crouch down?
she
Slide it.
Swear she leaves divots. And just dents in the
Yeah,
thing. I was like, oh my
yeah.
God. Like Sav said yesterday, she's like, remember when Tiana used to bowl and we'd all have to make sure that we're watching just in case the ball went the wrong direction, in case it came backwards or something. So she does it for sport for school now.
Oh,
She does it
no.
once a week.
So she's good now.
She won the first game yesterday. And I was absolutely gutted by that. And I went, and that's when I said the phrase, you want to make things interesting? And I said, it's on right now. And so then I started
bet?
beating her at lunch. So I said, we'll all go out for lunch. And if I win, you have to pay for lunch. And if you
Perfect.
win, so she then said, I only have $3.
Could have done 3 KFC Zinger burgers.
That's what I said. I said, well, I heard
Yes.
on Around the World this morning that Zinger burgers are $1 today.
Yep.
I'll have 3 of them. Thanks. I can't eat them, but I'll take those. Anyway, so as the game went on, she once again started getting very good, and I started. Well, then I just want to bowl as fast as I can because I saw it comes up with your speed.
Oh,
And
you
so
want to win the speed bit.
I didn't care if I was going down the gutter.
Yeah.
I wanted to have the fastest delivery. I get a bit bored and distracted very quickly. Anyway, who won that one? Jordan won the second game.
Yeah.
My 18-year-old. I
Yeah.
think T came second. I came third. I didn't win any of them, and so that's it. I'm done with bowling with the family. But the funny thing was, at one point when we turned up, it was chockers with kids.
Yeah.
School holidays.
Yeah.
A lot of school holiday program things where they're all coming on the
fun
bus.
thing to do,
Millions
yeah.
of kids there. And then at one point I looked up and they were all gone. Like it was madness in there, and then they're all gone. Obviously they'd booked for these certain times.
okay.
And I looked up and I said to T, God, look at that. All the little kids have left because you scared them with your bowling. She's like, yeah. How come you didn't leave with the little kids?
The Rabbit and Gina Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.